That's right, more not for broadcast. That's gaming. That's television. That's art. Anyway, happy Crimbus. Merry Crimbo, happy Hanukkah. Happy Chrysler Days, Merry Toyota-thon.
We're still slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
You know, all the important stuff. Happy Honda Days. Yeah. Let's get into it. Last time we said that it was okay for the government to redistribute wealth. There was a horrible Furby attack on the nation. Currently holiday time, their wealth. And also we're having a strained relationship with our partner over our child going to government propaganda camp. You know, video games. You know, yeah. It's a hell of an opening to get back to. Huh. I should make an effort. I picked a really weird time to stop, apparently. There was also sports last time. Lots of nudity. Lots of sports. Remember that. Bet there's a bear. Got what you wanted for Christmas? It'll take a while to set up. Ah, new computer. Nice. Neat, neat, neat. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, there was that ad for assisted. Huh. Sure. Yeah, gaming. Yeah. Feel like a laugh. Horror movie. Action thriller. Historical drama. Let's do comedy. Susie's present is gone. What the? Glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you'd like it. Don't do anything stupid. It's a lighter? Well, surely our child wouldn't cause arsonist crimes. Or whoever that was for. Anyway. Aiming. Alright, I think we're getting back to the broadcast part of this game. So we need to keep the cameras on the people that are talking, switch them every now and then. We have to censor swears, and then adjust the tracking. There might be other changes they want us to do based on episode. Also, last time we found the COVID footage that they had to shoot when lockdown happened. Interesting. It's still interesting that there's... I played multiple FMV games that cover the COVID lockdown year. And how they managed to keep going anyways and make something in that time. And I think that's really cool. Also an interesting look back a couple years ago. You know? It's taking a long time to load. Like a really long, suspiciously long time to load. Yeah, it will be interesting to document. Oddly enough, both of the COVID era FMV games that I've played were from the UK. Oh. Right. Information about rationing. Uh-oh. Sports board. Well, I gotta put the sports board. Oh.
Okay. Jenny?
This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours.
All right, I'll talk to both.
Oh, good. You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole dish at our dinner next week.
Oops.
Jenny.
I'm sorry, Kath, you're gonna have to leave.
Screw the government rationing.
Letting it go to your head.
I want to see more crazy deals.
I thought we were quite off team these days.
Oh, that one's broken. Oh, that's bad.
And do your job.
What do I do about that? Uh-oh.
Don't tempt me. Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What are your reaction to the sanctions?
I think it's fucking outrageous. My mom needs insulin. Am I supposed to get her transitioned? What's the government doing about it, eh?
Thanks, Patrick.
Fascinating.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous.
How's it
We
going?
are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognise these sanctions, and we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them. Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient.
Oh man, Brexit? We're getting into that?
Now more than ever. And this team is on your side.
Great.
Thank you.
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
I was wondering if you could tell me what you think of the government.
What? That shower of iridescent pricks punishing success and rewarding laziness? They're taking this country down.
Oh, fuck this guy.
And it's not just me that thinks so. My wife Iris, she agrees.
A whole lot of problems. Protests were held today at the controversial
do I do
construction
about this?
site
It's
for
broken.
Remington's Fist's physics-defying MOOBS project. Since digging straight through the earth began 6
You have
months
to censor
ago,
pricks.
the project
Yeah.
has been beset by problems, including localized tremors and the heat deaths of many of the workforce.
Residents
Oh, no.
of the nearby town of Calamity today converged on the construction site with sincere, if misspelled, placards, demanding a suspension of digging until safety checks can be carried out.
No, that's fair. They should.
Of course, that's half a world away. But what does this country think? Patrick.
How do you feel about the MOOBS project?
Oh my god, I love Sophia Remington. Imagine a tunnel straight through the planet. That's the sort of big idea.
Oh, right. I remember the boobs
She's a
now.
visionary.
It's a bad idea.
A momentary lapse of reason. Commuters across the capital found themselves somewhat bemused by the latest stunt by controversial protest group Disrupt.
In a baffling start to the day, commuters found performers outside every major station, all dressed and posed identically. Whether we're supposed to be amused or intimidated is anybody's guess, Jeremy, but most commuters didn't even stop to notice.
Well, as long as it's not some grand contemporary dance, it's probably harmless.
But how do we all
I think we
feel
should let the
about
resistance
Disrupt
force be
and their
cool.
eclectic tactics? Robin found out.
They're awesome.
How do you feel about Disrupt?
Ah, well, now you're talking. Ruddy hero, showing us not to take it lying down like Iris here.
I'm sorry, what?
So you both feel they're a cause worth supporting?
Well, Iris doesn't speak on mine, but we're pretty sure there's still one in there, aren't we, love?
Wow. Okay,
And
man.
whatever it is,
What the fuck?
it loves Disrupt, fighting the oiks for our freedom. And what could possibly be wrong with that?
Do you need me to get you some help?
Feast
yes.
or famine. Resourceful doctors David Wong and Ingrid Swansborg and Horgansford today announced their
Sorry, who?
first successful harvest in Dante's taint. Although they can
Oh,
currently
yeah,
only
Dante's
grow
taint.
a few fungal strains, the scientists seem to be staying positive, as the following picture shows.
The undauntable scientists chose to try and survive in the cave system while the complex rescue operation inches forward up here on dry land.
Let's hope they like Stroganoff.
But with Advance planning to spend an eye-watering amount of public money on the rescue craft, we asked Patrick Bannon to find out what we should all be thinking about the accelerating costs.
Yeah, don't worry, they're going to cut all this, aren't they? It's disgusting.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jesus, web.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on, lady. Oh, come
Christ, have you
on.
thought about quitting smoking?
Right. No, I'm fine now.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
The trapped scientists.
Oh, yeah, right. Don't really care.
Brilliant.
I am not a number. Applications finally opened today for the new Advanced Team Membership Cards,
Great.
a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, vitally, pubs and bars.
And of course, there's no charge, Jeremy.
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Membership?
Team membership cards?
Absolutely bloody not. It's the thin end of the wedge, isn't it, Iris? First it's, can I see your identification, sir? And then it's, would you mind bending over the table, sir? So Sergeant State Educated and Constable Regional Accent here can stick their truncheon up your derriere.
Oh, crikey!
They should call them what they are. They're bloody ID cards. Oh, for Christ's sake, what is it, Iris?
Oh, I'm really not happy, Algernon! I'm so sorry. Crikey.
And finally tonight,
Gaming.
back of the net, Popular sports personality Johnny Hamsleeves and his fiancée Tiffany Lamore were spotted out today doing a little shopping for what many are already calling the greatest wedding ever.
We can only assume that Tiffany's latest show, My Teenage Secretions, has sold better than expected, as by the looks of things, the whole affair's about to become more expensive than Lil C's shoe collection.
I don't know who that is.
But what should your opinion be of this extravagant display of wealth?
Uh-huh.
Oh
my god, wealth! That's so great!
Wise words there.
Tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
Yeah, I want more theater. That's what I want.
First tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and even some medicines from reaching your pockets.
Tonight, we have guests from across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation. For advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lamfordshire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard at Labour camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you'll be worshipped as God.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Advance is like man who think he have big career in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at mirror and holding tiny penis in hand.
He's clearly not from Svenland, and we have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent, yeah?
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames here, yeah.
Minister?
It's just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole, like, boat thing, yeah?
Uh-huh.
It's actually the Festival of Furelands here.
Oh, the
Furelands. One of the
Furelands.
old generations. So, like, we all had to look our grandparents clean, yeah, whilst the boat was happening, and that's, like, a really, really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like a sissy man. You had this expression,
Wow, okay.
sissy man is like man with tiny penis.
Oh yeah,
who
always
wash
the
more than once
penis
a
stuff.
week.
Oh, I get it.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah,
Oh,
because...
stop winding
It is,
him up,
yeah.
Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
He always win.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, you're like man with tiny penis who think he have tiny penis, but actually he discovered that. Oh, could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. 'Cause
Dosh?
that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. It can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Svenland, we have, like, serious animal welfare legislation. And, like, my friend Helga, she got arrested, yeah, for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her fuel thing. I mean, in English, jam sandwich.
It's a hell of an interview.
She was a right cracker, too. I wonder what became of her.
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
That's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Minister of Mojo is a pretty good
I'm
title.
not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
Peter, you're like man trying to empty ashes of in
But he has
mysticism
tiny
upon
penis,
nothing
yeah?
very- soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In Svenland, we don't really go in for all that restrictive monogamy stuff here. We're kind
Oh,
of
that makes sense, yeah.
actually.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and power
Possible shortages and power outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Bjerk?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated divisive concepts like money. In Finland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 1970s, and that's like a
yeah, bodily fluids are pretty good.
Thank you, Minister Votovic.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant mutant hairy bear. When really, he just standing in field
Holding his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way, and we're ready. As my old man used to say, you can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toes.
Fuck! Thank you, Prime Minister. We'll be back
after these messages.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure, front or back.
I messed up muting shite.
Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
I also need to remember how to do sports. Oh my god, it's the board game for sports board.
It's the sound of a real sports board game action in a sports board game.
Holy shit.
Favorite sports board moments in the cover,
This is important. New government censorship should show up in blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
Oh.
Catch the egg, name that fish, keep the bucket! Wait, is that? Yes! It's the poise noise!
The poise noise? Yo! Board game's got everything.
Put on the shave hat, and that's right, we win your kids. Sorry, there are now.
Damn. Hate that. Hate to lose that way.
Sports board game is the only game your family is gonna want to play.
Sports board. Alright, so the government's asking us to censor stuff now instead of just swear words.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
Jesus! Let's go!
Hi, thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on your show, The News. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born.
Oh yeah, that happens.
The lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died, died tragically. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets.
True.
I was just 18 months old.
No, months. No, that makes sense.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Oh, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just, it's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't start. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. Call me Mr. Cheese Slice.
Oh, was I supposed
We
to?
were like a family.
So it would seem.
I think I was supposed to.
Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course, man. Very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
Yeah, what a shithead.
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just
Why am I
don't
getting-
understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of a
Or
like,
maybe it's hereditary.
stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm gonna do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, okay.
So this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, unapproved. You'll love it.
Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen?
You got a what?
So here he is with a new song. Aren't we lucky? It's Jesus!
First, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel elation from your participation. Still 2 leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams. So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive. But why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise of the crest of the wave. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clement's motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for.
I'm purposefully not doing some of the blue ones, because fuck the government. As is tradition.
So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks that feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding out their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise serve the crest of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clement's motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for.
Well, I don't want to make the government too bad, but also, yeah, heck of
in the street, set a fire in the building, let him feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're squilling bet letters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters. Gonna take his facts, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit.
Man spit bars. I don't know.
Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that clean, you don't need a fucking team. And advances, little dances on as harmless as it seems.
This whole thing would be censored. Oh man.
Let your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
Gaming.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your notes.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference.
Do we?
You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there, sorry about that.
He did say fuck a lot,
Well,
yeah.
thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture spot. Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
That's the ad.
Just to remind fixing that old VCR. Find a new tape. Last ad break.
Oh, I see. That's how they want me to do it.
Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust me.
leave.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand.
So I fired those guys and I got myself some new ones. And today I'm pleased to announce that we at Remington's Fist have come up with a solution to a problem
A+.
all glow poppers share.
Jeez, I love our foreign vacations, but I just hate flying.
What?
I know what you mean, Brad. It takes so long and it can be pretty scary.
Well, let's face it, it's pretty inefficient, Janet. Going all the way around the planet. There has to be a better way.
Yeah, traveling is the worst part about traveling.
Now there is.
I get it.
Why go around our beautiful planet when you can go straight through it? Imagine a system of
If only we had a
mass
giant boob
running through the center of the Earth.
going through the center of the earth.
My mobile orientation operational burrowing service will change the way you travel forever.
True.
And construction has already begun. I'm Sophia Remington. And when they tell me it can't be done, I make it happen even faster.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Welcome back, and no, you're not very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Rain, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog.
Uh-huh.
Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so...
A goal
yeah,
sweeper?
He says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing?
Well, after the success of my
All right.
debut work
I guess.
and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Oh, yeah, no duh.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
No, that makes sense.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells!
What? Amazing stuff.
What's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired
Oh, look at how many
characters
characters she played.
God-awful
Yeah.
yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show.
Oh, good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
He did a carrot like
Right,
Bugs
Jeff's
Bunny.
contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock.
Oh, he's got his pants
Can you give
on.
us a sneak peek of anything else?
Or off, I should say.
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yep. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the
Ooh.
underground sports board scene.
Look at all this. Wow. It's just like on Sports Board. I remember this.
You'll never take the sacred pass!
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, was actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which, frankly, would have been a travesty.
Yeah, you need the finale. Look at that fucking dragon.
Goodness, and you do this every night.
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
Yeah.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes.
Wow, government propaganda.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
Yeah.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
World's most attractive horse? Oh man.
Hi, it's Crazy Neil here. I'm the druid, the really fluid, because I've got a solstice with the mostness. So come on down to Crazy Neil's for a crazy midsummer deal. Come down and buy some patio furniture, some garden furniture, patio furniture with some garden furniture.
Oh shit. Look at these deals.
We've got garden furniture that looks like a cello, garden furniture that looks like a car, garden furniture that looks like garden furniture. Come on down for a crazy midsummer deal. We've got all sorts of stuff in the garden. We got fish, we got flowers, we've got dishes, we've got sacks, we've got garden plants, we've got garden ponds, we've got fronds. If you want an elephant, you can take it away in a wheelbarrow. You want it, we've got it. We've got bird baths, we've got duck baths, we've got fire pits, we've got a whole mess of crazy frogs with water coming out of their mouths. This is a crazy deal from a crazy midsummer deal. No from no, home from home. We got more than 7 notes, because we've got men with trombones. We've got reclining giants. We've got crazy garden gnomes.
Yeah, these are some good deals going on. Look at all this stuff.
Come on down to Crazy Neil, because we've got a head start for you. And guess what? It's 50% off engraving. I'm not even making a profit. I'm making a loss. Get on out to the Crazy Neil Deal Summer
Damn. Damn. Hey. Yeah. Look at that. Fab. I played Napper Lakes, so I was trying to figure out how to swab. And the government was mad by me because I didn't censor all the blue government censored content. Good, yeah. The resistance likes me, the government hates me. Channel 1 loves me. So true. Oh, there was an advert I wanted to check out. One that I didn't play. That's okay. There was the government rationing ad. And another one. I can only play 3 of the 5. Yeah. Right. Our child went to the Go-Getters, which is the government propaganda brainwashing club. Or something. How's it going, Hunter? Yeah, this game's very interesting. And also that they made a big portion of it during COVID time is really, I don't know, impressive, I guess. It also seems to have a lot to say. First tier cohesion cadets at the Go-Getters Brainwashing Club. Cool. That sucks. Good for you, I guess. I don't know. These little choices matters sections are kind of weird too. They set up a checkpoint at the shopping district from the government. Ah. Oh, the team membership cards, right? The ID cards from the government. The voluntary ID cards, quote unquote. Great. No, I'm good. I don't need your fascist government ID card. I'm good. Great. Love it. Oh boy. Mandatory work event? Don't you dare be late. Oh, I don't want my boss to be mad, I guess. But I already missed the anniversary. Aw. Man. Heck 'em. Yeah, that's future me problem. I'm not future me, so I don't need to worry about that. Who could have done this to me? Wait, I'm future me now. Wait a minute. Hey, remember to have a good work-life balance, by the way? The heat.
Alex, I've noticed the valves are heating up excessively due to the current heat wave. When they get too hot, the trip switch will blow, as you've seen. Once things have cooled down and the trip switch is back to normal, you can get the power back on. You should keep the fan pointed at the correct valve by aiming it up and down. The middle gauge when you're facing the screen will warn you, so keep an eye on it. Also, maintenance tells me that the bad power switch occasionally turns off for no good reason, so keep an ear open for that too. I'm sure you've already worked all this out, though, Alex. You're a rising star of this network, and we're all very
What, you got
proud of you.
someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions
computer
don't substitute
entertainment.
for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun
I
toting
gotta
handler.
put Crazy Neil
I
on.
don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe when people like disrupt.
Fuck the
Might
government.
keep us in line. I hate guns. Give me the willies.
10 seconds, everybody.
So, we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
Ever since these illegal sanctions were imposed, we have gratefully relied upon trade and aid from our worldwide friends who, like us, refuse to recognise their legitimacy. Today's escalation, however, is nothing short of an act of war. We call upon our international allies to condemn this blockade absolutely, and we warn aggressors to this country that we are neither meek nor defenceless. Thank you.
Three's a crowd. It seems the celebrity wedding of the decade might have been a touch busier than expected. In a photo leaked today, it
Oh, we
appears
gotta
the
put
union
that
of
one.
football star Johnny Hamsleeves and his bride, Tiffany Lamour, may have had a few uninvited guests. Scores of drunken revelers gatecrashed the star-studded celebrations and seemingly caused something of a stir. The group swarmed the dance floor in what one onlooker called a conga of shame. At least 3 people were taken to hospital with injuries described as bouquet-related.
Oh, bouquet related.
In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership
fuck
card
team
holders.
membership card
Every
holders.
month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this
Great.
lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Unearthed, the scandal of the controversial methods employed in the construction of Remington's fists moves. The future of the project is in question as an anonymous whistleblower has come forward detailing the wanton violations employed to further construction, which allegedly can be traced all the way back to shameless CEO Sophia Remington. Documents seen by this program detail the authorization of dynamite, plastic explosives, and a substance called Planet Go Boom Boom, which is derived from the horns of endangered rhinos. Sophia
that
denies
seems
the
bad.
allegations and claims her bi-weekly safaris are to further her charity work.
That
The cost
Planet
of a
Go Boom
captain.
Boom sounds
The
bad.
trapped scientists awaiting rescue in Dante's Taint have today been told who will be leading the expedition to bring them home. The announcement of the newly appointed captain comes amid reports that a lack of public interest has hindered fundraising efforts. However, Doctors Wong and Svorsborg and Horgensford are said to be remaining hopeful despite financial concerns. The decision to hire infamously cheap but notoriously unreliable Captain Archibald Viator III was widely criticised this morning after he immediately spent 50% of the already tight budget on tequila, recording it on the equipment list as nature's seatbelt.
Pretty important
during
stuff,
wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activist group Disrupt caused chaos in Parliament Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protests, resulting in multiple arrests and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers.
That's a good photo.
Advance have yet to comment. The reckless fire will certainly be remembered by all those who have seen these.
Oh, I didn't want that one. Damn.
As their actions escalate, people across the country are asking themselves, who are Disrupt? And what exactly do they want? Other than a new box of matches, of course. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Feline football contest. Ooh, that sounds good. Fan turned off. We're good.
But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched.
Well, what do you want?
To see how the people of this great nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented.
I don't know. It went when I wasn't looking. Man. Okay. Man. It was hard to dial it in after it stopped. Felt like it kept moving afterwards still, or something. I don't know. Try that again. I don't have to start from the beginning, do I? Oh my god.
I'm sweating like Peter Clement in an off.
Working on it.
What, you've got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes,
that
they just
sucks.
strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line. I hate guns. Give me the willies.
10 seconds, everybody.
So, we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
I don't like having to redo all this. That's annoying.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight.
Just because of this.
Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury
I can pick different
issued
answers
a
at least.
commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
Ever since these illegal sanctions were imposed, we have gratefully relied upon trade and aid from our worldwide friends who, like us, refuse to recognise their legitimacy. Today's escalation, however, is nothing short of an act of war. We call upon
my day was okay.
allies to condemn this blockade absolutely.
I slept in,
and we warn
hung out with
aggressors
some
to this
friends,
country
watching
that we are neither
stream.
meek
Well,
nor
watching them
defensive.
stream, aka hanging out.
Thank you.
I made a very good steak.
Please a crowd. It seems the
I pet my
celebrity
kitty.
wedding of the decade might have been a touch
All the
busier
important
than
things.
expected. In a photo leaked today, it appears the union of football star Johnny Hamsleeves and his bride, Tiffany Lamour, may have had a few uninvited guests. Scores of drunken revelers gatecrashed the star-studded celebrations and seemingly caused something of a stir. The group swarmed the dance floor in what one onlooker called a conga of shame. At least 3 people were taken to hospital with injuries described as bouquet-related. In it to win it, exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if it's lucky winners
Well,
the lucky
Pam,
place is
petting a
anything to go
dog,
by,
that's a pretty good
it
day,
looks
yeah.
like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Unearthed, the scandal of the controversial methods employed in the construction of Remington's Fists moves. The future of the project is in question as an anonymous whistleblower has come forward detailing the wanton violations employed to further construction, which allegedly can be traced all the way back to shameless CEO Sophia Remington. The claim alleges a slew of bribes have been paid to public officials, 2 mayors, a police chief, and several pizza delivery drivers.
That
But
makes
last
sense,
one may be written off as excellent tipping.
Oh, true.
Sophia denies all wrongdoing and is scheduled to speak before a judge next month. The cost of a captain. The trapped scientists awaiting rescue in Dante's Taint have today been told who will be leading the expedition to bring them home. The announcement of the newly appointed captain comes amid reports that a lack of public interest has hindered fundraising efforts. However, Doctors Wong and Sforsborg and Horgensford are said to be remaining hopeful despite financial concerns. Waving her normal fee, the team are calling the appointment of Captain Audrey Aerospace a real boon. But how will one of the most experienced and well-respected leaders in their field handle a journey with a budget lower than an accountant's honeymoon? Life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activist group Disrupt caused chaos in Parliament Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protests, resulting in
Now I don't
multiple
trust
arrests
that.
and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance have yet to comment. As grassroots support for the movement grows rapidly, especially in those areas Advance have not yet been able to fully regenerate, people across the country are starting to fear a return to the bad old days of inequality, division, and multiple television shows about buying houses. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Uh-huh. What? Hold on, what?
But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched to every...
I don't... What do you want? God damn it. Ah! I hate this. I can't dial it in because it's moving. I don't... How far out? Fucking hell, man. It's the same thing that got me because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Man. How's it going, Retro Art? I don't understand. I lined it up and it said it wasn't right. So what does it want? Fuck. It shut off all the power too, so I was trying to figure out what the hell happened there because it wouldn't turn back on. Ugh.
I'm sweating like Peter Clement in an arthritis
Annoying.
here.
Okay, we're working on it.
What, you've got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought
That thing's... Is there a way I can... change colors? You can switch it to story mode if you want, just to get past something.
better mood. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is.
Ah, I'm super annoyed at that. That happened twice where I just didn't know what the fuck was happening because by the time I turned the power on, it was just in a random spot.
I hate guns. Give me the
10 seconds, everybody.
So we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on
Yeah, it
fire.
was less
I can
panic and
help
more
you.
just it
Going in
wasn't
5,
working.
4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the
I hate this little thing.
unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this
I think that's
unprovoked
literally
escalation.
the end of this checkpoint too.
Ever since these illegal sanctions were imposed, we have gratefully relied
Annoyed.
on trade and aid from our worldwide friends who, like us, refuse to recognize their legitimacy. Today's escalation, however, is nothing short of an act of war.
This thing's like
We call upon our international
moderately
allies to condemn this
precise.
blockade, absolutely.
And when it's turned
And we
off, it
warn
doesn't give you any
aggressors to this
information about how
country
it's
that we are neither
changing.
meek
This is the
nor
first time they've
defensive.
really like turned off the power on me. Because of this
Three's a
wave.
crowd. It seems the celebrity wedding of the decade might have been a touch
And it's
busier than
a
expected.
little hard to figure out what's
In a
off.
photo leaked today, it appears the union of football star
And what's
Johnny
on.
Hansleaves and his
Everything comes
bride,
back, 'cause,
Tiffany
like,
Lamar,
there's so many switches
they've
and
had a
buttons.
few uninvited guests. Hundreds lined the street to celebrate with the happy couple. Eyewitnesses say a cheer went up as the blushing bride passed by in her carriage, shaped like a bacon sandwich,
Oh, that
which is
makes
said to be
sense.
either a protest against the meat industry or a mix-up at the carriage factory.
Mm-hmm.
In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be.
I don't know why this turns
Take up
awesome.
on the scheme has been much higher than expected.
Confused
And if this
about
lucky
that.
winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Unearthed, the scandal of the controversial methods employed in the
I guess what
construction of
happens is they're
Remington's
doing this
theatre
and
rooms.
this at the same
The
time, and
future
they're
of the
both on
project
different.
is in question as an anonymous whistleblower has come forward detailing the wanton violations.
You have to, like,
in
quickly
price of
switch
further
and then come back
construction,
and try
which
and
allegedly can be
reposition
traced
this.
all the way back to shameless CEO Sophia Remington. Documents seen by this program detail the authorization of dynamite, plastic explosives, and a substance called Planet Go Boom Boom, which is derived from the horns of endangered rhinos. Sophia denies the allegations and claims
Hope you had a
that
good day
violations
so
of
far,
the
Retro
bodies
Art.
are to further her charity work. The cost of a captain. The trapped scientists awaiting rescue in Dante's Taint have today been told who
Dante's
will be
Taint.
leading the expedition
Very
to bring
important
them
stuff.
home. The announcement of the newly appointed captain comes amid reports that a lack of public interest has hindered fundraising efforts. However, Doctors Wong and Svorsborg and Horgensford are said to be remaining hopeful despite
Oh, you just got
financial
home.
concerns.
Nice, nice.
The decision to
Yeah, I
hire
made a
infamously
huge
cheap
steak
but
today.
notoriously unreliable Captain Archibald Viator III,
which I ate
was
and then
widely
immediately fell
criticised
asleep.
this morning after he immediately
A
spent
Christmas tradition.
50% of the already tight budget on tequila, recording it on the agreement list as nature's seatbelt. Life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activist group Disrupt caused chaos in Parliament Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protests, resulting in multiple arrests and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance have yet to comment. As grassroots support for the movement grows rapidly, especially in those areas Advance have not yet been able to fully regenerate, people across the country are starting to fear a return to the bad old days of inequality, division, and multiple television shows about buying houses.
God, hate that.
All this,
So
and
many
I'll be
TV
talking to
shows
some
about
people
buying
with
houses.
fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Alright, what the fuck is happening over here? Oh, the fan just turns off as well. No wonder. Because I look and it looks fine, and then it turns back on. That's what's screwing me? Okay. Annoying. Why would they do that?
A team of correspondents has been dispatched to every corner of the country to see how the people of this great nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns at the University of Princeton. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
And you're part of a team carrying
Not
out a
again.
study into just what's causing this unbelievable heat. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy
Okay.
their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh, very much so. I can say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
Oh,
Tell us
good.
about this experiment.
Well, we take data from weather
There's some
stations
argument
all
going
over
on
the
up
world,
here.
along with atmospheric samples, and we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer.
Oh,
and
computers.
Very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just say,
None of this would be possible without the generous support of
She's
Remington Smith.
reading it off
This
of
is
her.
all thanks to their unrivaled investment in our future, and may I just say, very personal anecdote.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. And as expected, everything
How's it going,
is
Rita?
absolutely.
Your mom? No, you
Hang
got
on.
him.
This can't be right. Right.
I almost didn't get a censorship in time.
Fine, so.
Oof.
But actually, under
That would've been
concern
weird.
level, it
Almost
just
let a
says,
fuck through.
My God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Yeah? We need
This
to
piece of
evolve
shit
skills
fan
within
keeps turning
40
off.
years. You look thirsty. Here it just says shit.
Look at you. It's supposed to be a celebration.
Oh, the computer's saying that. Oh no.
There you go, much better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this?
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is running
It's running out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
Enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate.
The sea will reclaim us all.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine.
Okay.
Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there.
I'm not
Taking
panicking.
you
You're
to some actual
panicking?
news.
Hope you're doing well,
Next,
Rita.
heads over to Robin
Good to see you,
Shaw,
by the way.
Who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe.
Remember, if you hear a
janitor at the
fuck,
local school, and
a fuck word,
Amelia Jackhammer,
you get
an
fined.
aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's
Oh, not
amazing
again.
prize.
Not again.
How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good.
Shit.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds
Wow,
so
government propaganda
convenient,
sounds
but
very convenient.
We're all dying to know. What have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julia Salisbury at one of the capital's top restaurants.
Ooh, swanky.
And I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the guttering.
That's absolutely terrific. You must
Wow,
both
great.
be over
What
the
a
moon.
prize.
I've written a poem about it.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater,
Hey.
one of the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds?
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh.
Oh.
Unexpected.
Great.
I don't polish turds. I write poetry.
Potato, potato. So, Gary,
Do you think Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe?
This is very good.
there's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you. Gary, when you signed up for team membership, was it in hopes of winning the lottery, or were there other reasons?
I like a flutter, of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Ah, fucking government
I have
propaganda.
an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Thought you might ask, so I got it ready.
Are you all right?
Yes, it's coming. It's inspiration and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Here, this big one's my favourite. See how it's fibrous?
Holy crap!
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
Well, if it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at all blue.
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they
Oh
are.
my god,
And
okay.
finally in this segment, it's over to Patrick Bannon, who's gone to the smelliest town in the
This game
country to
rules.
see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which has recently voted the smelliest town in the country.
Great.
And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something else.
Oh no.
Barry Lardons, mate. You've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you.
True.
Tell that, look at him, proud as punch.
True.
Do you know what it's like, son, being the second smelliest town? No, I don't. Living in the shadow of Arseminster. Like smug fucks. But who's laughing now, eh?
So what, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built Flard factory.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's Flard.
This big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
Does the stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness.
True.
The judges were very impressed.
So what's the sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folks,
is this
are
good?
saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but I think it's probably the few valves on the high street.
On the high street? Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Experience a loss of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
Next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what? I'll even let you touch me.
Now this is television.
Oh, that will be the bout of undeserved self-confidence.
Love the Bannon. Feel the Bannon. Oh man, what's the point?
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nana Dottie? Was that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
Oh, don't worry, folks. Once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels.
Oh, good.
Right. That's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Damn, he's doing a great job.
Right. Thanks, Barry. With a naval blockade being set up around our coastline as we speak, when we come back, I'll be talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do. We'll be back after these messages.
Ooh, finally got to the commercial break.
This next section features a potentially controversial guest, and Barnes may request some censorship if he goes too off-topic. You've done a great job so far keeping everyone happy, so let's keep up the good work.
But fortunately for all you young men out there, I've got something even better to occupy your evenings. I'm talking, of course, about the sexy new RS-85 WOW box.
The WOW box? Oh shit! Now this is something for me.
Brad.
Me too, Chad.
I wish I could go down to the arcade and shoot a few rounds of Space Refugees.
Hell yeah. Gaming. I'm gaming so hard right now.
I won't have any more until the weekend.
Well, let's go take hard drugs, mug an elderly, or swim a bum man, Brad. There's no other options.
Only video games weren't so expensive.
Yeah, if only they weren't so
There has
expensive.
to be a better way.
Has to be a better
Don't
way.
worry, young layabouts. The RS-85 WOW box costs no more than your allowance. And if you pre-order one now, we'll even throw in the groundbreaking new release that's sure to be Game of the Year. I sat down with the cutest dorks in the world and told them how to make a hit game. And here it is.
AT for the WOW box?
Traveler.
Oh man.
We expect demand for this baby to drive our sales.
Let me open up a cold one.
So we've already made hundreds of thousands of copies of them at our desert facility in Leadwater.
That's gonna be a hit.
And you can never have me, but you can have my mighty works.
Yeah.
Welcome back to your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. See, I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election, and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff.
Oh.
Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological fourboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting.
Oh. Oh, lots of poop jokes in this episode. Oh.
I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that's good.
Not according to my therapist.
Well, in that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. Once they've asked me to stop answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
Do people tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
So far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaf.
This is so much.
Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right!
True.
Frankie, Rose,
True.
tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Wow, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on! This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin, a ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once. Enough! That's enough!
Oh, this is getting bad. Oh my god!
What are you doing?
Trying not to piss myself.
Alex, cut.
Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. You in the broadcast centre.
Huh?
Bozeman's little scapegoat. You listen to me. You cut to the
I have
ads
to make
before
good
I tell you
television
to,
out of this.
And I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
Damn, this is good TV.
Christ, it's so fucking hot in here.
Well, I can't show
Remember
that.
we used to do the real news before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football. We are on the brink of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen.
Yeah, you can't
in
allow
hundreds
curse
of
words.
years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go, before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Jenny, lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Now. Good. Yes. Now.
Yes, good. Whew. Can't wait to go to commercial break after all this.
Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention. Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial.
Uh-huh.
Today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right.
Oh, I already got that on there.
Look to your right.
No, I already
There's a
figured.
VHS tape,
I already
and
put
want
that
you
in,
to load it
man.
into one of
I
your
was
machines.
planning on
And
that.
when I say so, and not before, you play it.
Yeah, the ratings
In
are
about 15
high
seconds.
as hell
I won't
right
waste
now.
any time.
We're doing great.
All cameras.
I assume you won't be playing that tape. This station does not negotiate with terrorists. I hope I've made myself clear. You seem to know what to do.
Every single thing that comes
There was
out
a
of this
censor
keyboard
during that,
is either
goddammit.
one-sided, or but now we're going to show the other side for a bit of fucking balance. Like the good old days. Alex, play the fucking tape. Now, I don't want to hurt any of you.
We gotta play the tape.
Oh, Alex, you're going to get me in trouble with that. Let's hope you made the right call.
Set the system for the third second.
You've seen our symbols on your walls. You've heard them talk about us on the news.
Whew.
We are disrupt.
Well, I don't want him to swear. Yeah. That would be bad.
Truth. You know advance are lying to you. You know the elderly are not a burden. You know the rich were not all evil. And you know the team membership card is an ID card, no matter what they try to tell you. But why should you trust us? Another faceless organization. A shadowy figure with a distorted voice. You've seen it so many times in the movies.
This is dystopian future. Guns and violence are fine. Yo, you can't curse. Oh, it's that guy. It's Alex Jones or whatever his name
My
is.
name is Alan James.
Yeah, that's right.
I used to try and shock people for a living, for entertainment. But now we live in a time where perhaps you need to be shocked.
What?
Perhaps we need to wake up.
I regret playing this one now.
Advance are coming for our freedoms.
Not that much, though.
They're coming for the fruits of our labors. They will take our wealth. They will euthanize our parents and smiling throughout. They will turn our children against us if we voice our concerns. But you don't have to accept it.
The meta narrative of like stuff you play earlier in the game,
you can disrupt.
Changing what happens later in the game as far as like
join us.
You know, the shows that are
It isn't hard.
Are
we're everywhere.
Broadcast is interesting too. Like I was playing a lot of stuff from this group earlier, and now we're getting a lot of that side of the conversation.
It was supposed to be your day off.
God, please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long? How long?
We're already live.
Oh.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News.
You know, when there's a
Joining
heat
me,
wave, I get
Alex
it. Like, things happen. You
For
know.
I very much imagine will be my last broadcast are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And next to her is, what's your name?
Andy.
Andy's a policeman. Only we don't call him
This is
that
just the
anymore.
heat.
He's a community cohesion official.
Oh.
Officer.
Sorry?
It's Community Cohesion Officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems.
Hey, Cab.
The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you?
Oh,
We'll
I
come
can't
back to you
bear
later.
F word.
Jenny?
I don't want to be on the news, Jeremy.
That's perfectly understandable. We'd want to do this. Jenny, why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Yes, but why specifically this program? The National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted.
Was?
Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
Well, there is the great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that pit came down. You didn't know, did you?
That's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No. I didn't know. The people I met were with... He wasn't there.
God,
I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry. But seriously,
Yeah, that dude's fucking gross. I agree in a way.
you're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy, but...
This
He's a
is
good speaker.
great drama.
He's popular in the country.
Not right.
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something deeply wrong. And you know it, Jenny. And you know it, Andy. And you at home, you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff.
There was a lot of
It's not
poop.
sophisticated, but
There was a
whatever.
lot of poop.
We are sleepwalking our way into oppression, and then
I'm leaving that. Fuck, I'm not letting the government censor me.
Let's
Fuck
say
them.
anything.
Says who? Alan fucking James.
What are all those scientists working on at Grantham Downs? What are they testing underground at Altergrave? Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these?
That's a good point. Making a lot of sense.
Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy?
Yeah, making a lot of sense.
Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you. You eat these cards with my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
What? I don't
Do you want my help,
Yes,
Andy?
yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Oh my God.
Stop. Go on.
Can't say a fuck word.
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop. They will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that.
Of course.
Man, this is some
Alright.
gaming right now.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry, everyone. You can put the card down now, Andy. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck
Gaming.
off over there.
Gaming.
They're nearly done. All cameras on me. This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month? A record high. Again. If
Transition being killing the elderly,
someone
by
ask
the
in
way.
Wales how they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have?
The government doesn't want us
Why aren't we asking
airing
these
any of
questions
this conversation.
Who shit is this? There's a
Oh, I
guy
can't let him say a
backstage
swear word,
dressed as
though.
a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves. Anyway, that's why I arranged for you all to see that broadcast in the last break. I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ, it's also fucking pointless. I was going to quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried it. I loved the news. And now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you, but this just isn't the news anymore. And I'm sorry.
Ads.
I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Please, we can't show
All
this.
of
Cut
you.
to the ads.
I can't show that. I can't show that. Yeah. No. I agree. Actually, yeah, I can't. Woo!
Ferris wheel. Carousel. roller coaster.
Yeah.
We've got none of that, but I can tell you what we do have. Danger cars. Colourful germ pit.
Yeah, that was intense. Holy shit.
Stay with us in our rustic accommodation with all the facilities you'd expect. Water.
Oh.
Grass. Hey, shoot. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, look at those ratings.
Live entertainment, actual activity.
Fantastic live entertainment. A dog. Hell yeah, brother.
Find the perfect family getaway at Bumlin's.
That's
Located
disgusting.
Just a few minutes drive from local attractions like Bum Sands and The Hole.
Oh, Bum Sands in the hole.
Well, it's majestic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bumlin's. We'll take the whole family.
Yeah.
It's game time.
Well, that happened. The tonal shift feels horribly modern. It sure does. Sometimes. Oh, I made money during that. Yeah, pretty cool. The government hates me. The resistance and the channel love me. As is true. Alright, let's take a break here. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick and stretch and all that. So in the meantime, let's go gambling. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Here we go. I'll be right back.
Jet Set Radio!
Let's look at the fun. Would you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. Would you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. Would you stop? Would you stop? I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to. This is most disturbing. Let's look at the fun. Radio yours. Would you stop playing with that radio yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. I'm trying to get to sleep. Playing with that.
shut up and stand by for my signal. I'm going live!
All right, we're back. This game is both wildly funny, pretty present and aware of what it's trying to say, especially about like political issues, government, how we treat each other. I don't, it's kind of thoughtful in its stupidity. I don't know. This apparently won a bunch of awards when it came out too. Makes sense. But it's a game I just don't hear anybody ever like talking about. It was nominated for a bunch of awards. It can be both, that's true. Also, there were 43 hours of FMV created for this game. You will not see all of that in one playthrough, because it depends on what choices you make. So multiple playthroughs can give you different stories and how the broadcast is shaped and such, apparently. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a really cool narrative. Cool. The only reason I heard about this is because Andy AML streamed it last year or in 2022 when it came out. And Andy's great. People should follow Andy AML. Actually, yeah. If you're not following it, there's a link for you. Alright. He might be right, though. The right thing to do. There's a lot of talk about how news and media affects public opinion in this game too, which is an interesting meta-narrative on, you know, how that connects to real life. Like, I could have not put the tape up. That's a choice, and that would have changed the whole story there. A little bit, anyway. It's interesting to think, like, how many branching paths they had to make and shoot video footage for. Yeah. Almost a year since we started. Yeah, I don't think you should air that. I agree. I don't know if he actually did get... It made it sound like he was fine on the text here. But the chance of that happening... No. Government's only solution to ailing elderly. There's an expensive new treatment. I gotta pay. Merry Christmas, everyone. It's a holiday update. That's right, this is a Christmas game, too. It starts on Christmas. Merry Hassy and a happy Honda Days. Also, I added this as a funny prank for myself to post in chats. Happy Valorant Day, that's true. Back in time for Christmas. All right. Also, yeah, there was a community theater earlier in the game that had a really good dance number and song about bullying or something. I don't know. It was really fucking good. It was like a 10-minute song and dance number with a bunch of like high school kids from a youth group.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here. Hope all's well with the family. Just a heads up, we're expecting those troublemakers at Disrupt to attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast, so keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's important, now more than ever.
Oh, right.
And some rhubarb. Not one to miss.
So, Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
What does that mean?
It means to do that thing you do where you
Gotta
tell
get Crazy
politicians
Neil
what
on
to
there.
do. Just don't get
They're gonna try to hack the planet, yeah. Yeah, they sure
They do
are.
know this is the news, don't they?
There's some funny buttons here I can press to tell the audience how to feel. Great.
Apparently, there's a crew at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the late news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Sometimes you sound just like him, you know.
Which tells the cautionary tale
How
of
are
one
you?
brave young lady's battle
Yeah, the censor button's definitely different.
administrations of our neighbours.
It
At
is what it is.
11:25, it's in sizes.
It
And
is what it
tonight, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey
I'm
will be
missing
getting his
two, you know.
teeth into Fiona from Hamble Bamblebury, who has
10
invented a
seconds,
tasty
everybody.
twist on the humble biscuit.
God's
And
sake.
that takes us, after the weather and public information
Going in
film,
5,
into our close down.
4,
Ration
3.
Kitchen, because they're coming up with recipes for the government rationing.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on
Oh, that
land and
video
sea
game,
again
I've heard of
today
that.
as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will, tragically, only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food
That's another video
program
game.
moved from strength to strength today
Wait,
as
hold
rationing
on.
depots were opened
Wait.
in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time.
Wow,
and
ration
the government's
box.
agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity.
You need someone
with the
to press
reported
buttons to
rise
tell you
in
how to
mental
feel?
and physical
Gaming.
health issues
That's
since
game.
the imposition
That's
of
how
the
you should
blockade,
feel.
critics have
Oh, how do you feel about
questioned
this
whether
one?
smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served.
Good? Or
7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community. With dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found
Curious,
themselves
son.
stretched to
We got
capacity.
trouble on the internet.
Populous. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card. A worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While applications are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from Advance. Start me up.
Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Mankipool community cohesion team described the event
on a
as
little
mostly
yoga
peaceful.
board or
But it looks like
like a
Disrupt
step-up
aren't
board?
going quietly into the night. And finally,
Yeah, we knew they were gonna make the card mandatory.
our mutual friend. Bail was denied in the High Court today for shamed former National Nightly News anchor Jeremy Donaldson. The presenter will be transferred to new lodgings at Pentonbridge Prison, while the lengthy preparations for his trial, which is still 18 months away.
Well, at least he's alive.
Following his very public breakdown on this programme 10 weeks ago, the once loved presenter was disarmed and taken into custody by the community cohesion team. Let's hope doctors can help the once great man. But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week and people hurting up and down the country, I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in Lancashire. That's coming up on tonight's National Nightly News. I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later we've got a new feature that's sure to keep you back for more. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister
Man's
Peter
having a bad
Clement,
time.
who's speaking to us from his home in Lanfordshire. Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising?
Have we started?
Oh, never mind, he's
Yes,
fine.
that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym or anything. As my old man used to say, just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car park.
Language, Prime Minister. Language, Prime Minister.
What?
What?
Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shitter. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what brought about this new you?
C and I were
Today,
watching.
I spoke to
you know,
the
the night
people
the
of
blockade
Mankipool.
began.
And
When
when I
Jeremy
was finished, I
Donaldson.
stuck around.
When Jeremy Donaldson. Well, you know.
Oh, there's a separate broadcast.
As I'm sure you all remember.
I listened to
And
Jean.
I were a bit wheezy.
She told me that although she
from
has
all the
financial
cigars
security
and all
for her and
that.
her
Interesting.
family
And
for the
Mrs.
first time
C
in her
turns
life,
to me after, you
she
know,
finds
after
also for
the
the
signal
first time
dropped away.
that she can no longer sleep
And
peacefully.
she
Some of that disrupt propaganda out. Try not to do that, Alex. We're watching you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh.
So I made a decision.
My
And
bad,
since that
yeah.
day,
Oh.
I have stopped smoking cigars. Smoking cigars. Except for Christmas. Except for Christmas. Birthdays. Weddings. State dinners. I suppose that I can't as useless bloody back was done. I got anywhere. And apparently I'm going on a walking holiday this Christmas.
What is
And that should
happening?
Finish me off for bloody good.
Did you make the decision to holiday within the country this winter because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, Mrs. C has never liked travelling at the best of times. These are certainly not the best of times. On that we can all agree. And there's a lot of red tape involved in leaving the territory at the moment, as I'm sure you're all aware. There's a bastard long. What? All in it together. Also, it does
There's a lot to keep track of during that.
advance to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
And yet, Julia Salisbury announced today that she'll be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break. Is that really an example of team spirit?
What? Did you know about this, Gail?
No one tells me anything, Peter. You should know that. Why don't you know?
Well, leaving that for a moment, it says on this card that a body like yours must take some planning to achieve. What's your morning routine?
Well, I have a frigid morning routine.
Rigid. It's rigid for fuck's sake!
A
Oh,
rigid
okay.
and demanding plan that my doctor and personal trainer
Who's your personal trainer?
Ah, some prick called Clark. Is that on your card?
I thought you might wonder. Prime Minister, speaking of planning, with the blockade in its 20th week and the people of this country reeling from its effects, what plans do you have to get us out of this mess?
Well, that's a very blunt question, Miss
Surely
Wolf.
one for which you, the democratically elected Prime Minister,
Makes sense.
must have an answer.
Don't you get smart with me.
Oh, I'll get smart
I was
with
a
you.
Fucking national treasure before you were a twinkle in the milkman's scrotum. You want to talk about plans? Let me tell you about plans. That's all we do. Fucking plans and revised plans, and then meetings to discuss the implementation of plans and plans and yet more planning for fucking plans and yet more fucking plans.
Well, that's good. That's good to know, Prime
Do you
Minister.
know, I used to really like you, Pat. You were a breath of fresh air. And I've been watching you.
Okay.
And you know what? You get more like him every day.
Ooh. Great.
I will take that as a compliment. Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader, Julia Salisbury, is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
So, like, the game picked up that I was on the anti-government train this time around.
Sorry.
I think that's where all of this stuff came.
No, what I mean is...
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorize each other's bloody diaries either. As my old mum used to say, if you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pubes. What else you got? Only cards, what else? A little piece of my life you want to rustle through? Get out, refill my glass. Sir, ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is. Do you think the C stands for...
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Yeah, actually, that does.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want for nothing. Except for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Oh, okay.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's time for the Culture Spot with Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that. We'll be back after this.
1 minute back, everybody. Hi, I'm Sophia Remington, and it takes more than an
Oh, it's the
all-night
boob
yell
lady.
party to stop me
Wants
from doing
to,
my job.
you know, dig a hole through the
Tough for
earth.
you guys, huh? Sanctions suck, bored of the blockade, lost touch with the simple
she's
joy
doing
of
great.
consuming new and wonderfully unnecessary products. Well, look no further, you poor huddled masses. You need the Sophia Remington swag box from me.
Ooh, swag box. Wonder what I got this week. Month?
Oh, blimey, Jazza. The old Market Square's looking a bit Somerset Bentley. Empty today.
Oh no, Bazza. I never thought I'd 5 a day savings.
Mixing desk. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters, and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
Wife, the boil.
I just wish I could put some unlikely
half suit? Yeah, it's pretty
back
good.
into being Grandpa's bloomers, consumers. Don't worry, you poor dirty conkneys. Here's a
Your
little
what?
something to lift your barely literate spirits. This is a Sophia Remington swag box, and you never know what's in it until you break the seal and open it. Here. Who knows what you'll get? A piece of exotic fish, a rare weapon modifier, or
Ooh,
even a
weapon
handy set of
modifier.
6 swords. And if you're not happy,
Nothing.
you haven't broken the
Oh.
seal. You can even get a full no-quibble refund for just $50.99. It's fun, it's free, and it can't be gambling, otherwise we couldn't advertise it on television. I'm Sophia Remington, and I want
Can't
you
be
to have as much
gambling,
fun
I
as
mean.
I have. But you can't
Let's go
afford to.
gambling.
So here's the swag
Aw,
box
dang it.
instead.
Later, we have an
Thanks for
exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C!
That is the start of excellent work.
May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
Regime?
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
I'm sorry, what?
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Oh,
they
good.
certainly
Yeah,
are.
okay.
Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Toxins, leave your body. Get out.
Good to know.
Leave. How dare
Your
you?
first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course, I mean the famed country
Oh, yeah,
singer,
no, that
Billy
makes
Bob
sense.
Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but
Oh,
there
no,
really
yeah,
isn't
that'd be
anything
bad,
to prove
yeah.
that he's wrong.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So, this newfound explosion to your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an
You have no
unrealistic
idea?
standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh,
Great.
he'd be happy with you telling us all this.
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dance soon and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
We're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing a new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one.
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime. And
Oh,
a
just like
clothing
King
line
Gizzard and
during
the
this
Wizard.
interview.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Ah,
See, this is
I'm
called
very
Cry
distracted
for
right now.
Help,
I can't make
and
jokes.
it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops. And it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh, there she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough and I hate it sometimes and I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg. But I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between like my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things
That
could
would
have
do
been
it.
different, you know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I did. I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette. But then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Quagler proud and you might just survive childbirth."
Well, you know,
Oh.
it's like anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
True.
On that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what? It's actually all right. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit.
Great.
It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here's Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
It's the Force's favorite, the queen of teams, here to break in your blockades. Lil C.
Gaming so hard right now. Oh my god.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry?
that's empty. I want that meet you packing.
That's me.
Only
Yeah,
you can
man.
feel that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me, no dirty foreign member. Don't stop your morning drill, there's holes in me that ain't been filled.
Are they talking about
I only
penises?
scream this loud when you do your
I think that might be it.
I ain't no vicar's daughter.
Is this government pro-war dick grinding music? I don't
Tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier.
No, I'm pretty sure you can do that to your little city. Hold on, look at this guy's ass.
I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
Do you spot the symbolism? The what?
Wild and free since mom unburdened me.
What do you mean?
She was only 53, but gave to save her family.
I don't know what you're talking about. This seems like just good quality entertainment.
That's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no vicar's daughter.
I'm not gonna bring on some other star named Big D. Yeah, come on. Yeah, clearly not.
An enemy soldier. So what if Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy?
I'm sorry, what? Okay, the lyrics are like, well, the Prime Minister can fuck me. Oh my god.
Come and break my sanctions.
Oh my god. There's something to be said about what is happening right now. Some message they have to say, but I don't know what it is. I can't quite figure out what they're saying, you know? Could be anything. Yeah, could be anything? Anything at all. Huh, who knows? Yeah, there's no swearing, so this is all totally fine for television.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for doing that.
Yeah,
Don't
whatever that
worry,
was,
After
yeah.
the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
Husband became CEO of Pleasurecore, I wondered what the advantages would be for me. Well, now I'm aboard the SS Fun Ship for a holiday so good I'm being paid to sing about it.
Oh man.
Be me now out on a pleasure cruise, seeing several sights and drinking copious booze. I'd like my friends from work to take a good look at the cheapest hangover, cause you can book. All I can say is, hey, look now, this is the life. Just like the brochures say, you can cheat on your wife.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, months. That's good.
Believe, guys. They say to draw pressure. I'm gonna stop using it.
This next section will need you to use all 4 of the sound effects to help things along. Try and pick the most appropriate one at each given moment. The actors can't hear what you're doing, so they'll be trusting you to make the right choices.
Sure. Oh, they wouldn't lie about the scam of a ship. Come on. It's a pleasure cruise. Can't lie about that.
Due to the ongoing military blockade, some destinations may differ from those pictured in this advertisement. The cruise now may
Oh right,
be
there's a
based on
blockade. Oh right, forgot about that.
We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now The wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Yo, it's Jeff Algebra. Oh my God, he looks great.
Jeff DePlume now.
Oh, Jeff
How'd you like
DePlume.
that?
Well, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
And how does Angela feel about all this?
Who?
Your wife.
Who?
Ah! Oh, God, no.
No.
No, she's long gone.
God.
No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Oh.
Norm de Plume.
Good for you.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand.
Yeah, I don't know what's
to
up
write
with
a
the
protein
screen 4. I think
sitcom.
that's
And I
the
heard my father's
broadcast
voice.
coming in.
It said, Jeff, you listen here.
Oh, yeah, it might be a show about buying houses,
Make
too.
hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this.
True.
So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking.
Oh,
Lots
good.
of shite.
And without further ado,
crap.
let's give it up for the notice board.
There's the notice board. Oh, this is a stage production. Oh, it's live here right now on the show. Okay.
You had it last time. Don't stop now.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I
Not
know
vandalism.
those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community.
Not the community.
They never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats.
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock.
Boo. Boo.
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And
Wow, there's so
just
many
like that,
metaphors
they will
going on.
unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
So many letters.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right.
Oh man, I love this show.
Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
Boo! Boo! Boo this man!
Oh, no! It's Brad. He's the
That's Brad.
tallest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Yeah, motorcycles.
Get
Yeah.
off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Brad dudes?
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board.
Resume?
Do some tutoring after school.
Oh, man.
Did you say tutoring?
That's right.
Tutoring?
Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
His hand's still stuck. Oh, man. This show's so good.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
True.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Boo.
There?
Boo.
I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray.
What is happening?
Oh, what the heck? Give us a
Is this good? That due to the hole going through the earth we've been digging? I couldn't. We're back.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be... Oh, God.
Is this good?
What appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities.
That's bad.
Initial estimates put the death toll into...
Oh.
They put them into millions.
Oh.
I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent.
Hey, man.
We have
I don't like that at all, government.
58 other urban
What are you doing?
centers, and will not hesitate to detonate, and will not hesitate to detonate.
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by. We've lost contact with our benefactors in Urkistan and Konoslava. While our equipment seems to be resetting.
Is that good? Government's taking over territory.
Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified.
Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
Don't like that.
For your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices. You will not find them, though no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight.
Oh. Oh.
Thank you.
Well, that's really bad. Yeah.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David. And right now, I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently traveling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konislava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago. So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet, but together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Hey, it's Neil here with a pre-Christmas crazy Christmas deal.
Do we know exactly which city we're hit or?
It's a sale. It's gonna go, go, go. Come on down and pull a cracker. It'll go bang in your face, and you'll take whatever comes out.
God, this game.
On a tree, take 2 baubles, take 3. We don't care how many baubles. Take a candle. Set fire to your Christmas tree. Set fire to your life.
That Neil is crazy though. Look at those deals for Christmas.
Stock might be low, but the prices are lower. We've even had to get crazy creative, and we've got specials on all of the furniture with tinsel. We've got furniture without tinsel. We got Christmas furniture. We got pre-Christmas Christmas furniture. It's a cracker of a deal, a crazy deals. Yay! We got crazy Christmas dots. We got crazy Christmas dots in hats. We got crazy Christmas dots in hats and jumpers. If you're feeling hungry, don't feel down in the mouth. You can have
A great time for some crazy deals.
a dog isn't for life. It's just for Christmas to eat. It's a
What?
crazy deal at Crazy Deals.
Neil, you're too crazy.
We've got trees on elves. If you want to know where the elf on the shelf is, we've got elves on elves. Bend over and ready for you to take home. We got naughty Christmas nativities with naughty
What?
Christmas figurines. We got crazy Christmas num bums. We've got crazy Christmas big bums. It's the
Oh, that's good important stuff,
Neil used
yeah.
to say to me, bang, bang, bang. She had to go, but I still love Christmas. Christmas without her is not the same, but I don't care because I'm insane. Come on down to Crazy Deals for your Christmas needs. Wife's not included.
Love a good Christmas, Neil. Love a good Christmas, Neil. Ooh, coffee. Government still hates us. Good, fuck them. Alright, were there any adverts we missed? This. Uh-huh. I'm following, yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah? Go on.
Eau de Beauvoir.
The nail polish? I know it's eau de Beauvoir. Repeated branding.
Dangerous new fragrance from Eye of the Beholder. Formulated with all natural hydrogen sulfide.
Ooh, natural.
Eau de Beauvoir. Because who cares?
Cool. What else do we? Oh yeah, this one.
Hi, it's Crazy Neil with our mega hot sunny summer deal. The prices are heating up, but the temperature's going down. Or it's the other way around. We don't know. We've got dingoes. We've got ringos. Give me the flamingo, guys. I know the prices are mental. If you're boiling
God, I
hot,
love
and you're
Crazy
thinking,
Neil.
I need to get cool. I need to get down to Neil's because we've got the aircon on. We're serving up ice creams to all the customers, but our prices are dropping faster than a kid with a cold. It's
True.
on the floor. Yes, they're dropping every day. We've got crazy artificial paddling poles, ornamental paddling poles, big poles, little poles, any ground catching nets. Well, I don't care what you think. I'm gonna drop them even further. We got rubber rings for pets. We got rubber rings for you. We got rubber rings for them. We got rubber rings for her. Are you the managing director? No. We got everything.
God,
from
Neil has everything.
lifeboat starters, ladies on lilos. We got men in silos. If your favorite hobby is ice sculpting, whilst the outside is boiling, we can let you sculpt dragons. We can let you sculpt flagons. We can let you sculpt icebergs. Whatever the temperature is doing, we got a fan. You don't care? You're fired. Hey, so come on down to the Crazy Neil Long Hot Summer Deal Steal.
Well, that's a good deal. Yes. More fine products for fashion.
Tired of dull
Oh,
and
okay.
lifeless
This
hair?
model has
Fed
been
up with
slowly
dry,
like
brittle split
losing
ends? Say
hair
hello
and
to
skin and
Seed
everything as
Gastric.
all these ads have gone on for this agency. I see.
Treatment repairs and protects hair for irresistible shine. Only Acid Gastric contains an organic blend of ingredients
Acid
that
Gastric.
penetrate deep into your hair.
Gastric
Breaking
acid?
down citrulline and glycogen for hair that looks and feels healthier. Acid
Send
Gastric
help.
nourishes from root to tip for 8 times the strength of other brands. No wonder 6 out of 10 shampoos recommend it.
Wow, 6 out of
The
10.
intensive formula acts fast, repairing damage and strengthening strands for hair that's truly unbreakable. Oh God, the pain. Rapid repair and protect, deep nourishing, intensely strengthening Pro V formula, the irresistible, healthy-looking great hair days that make you say, "Look at my hair." Look at my hair. Acid Gastric, because you have to.
You have to. Yeah, makes sense. Well, you worked in a cosmetic warehouse and had to deal with big boxes stuff like nail polish and perfume falling and breaking. Yeah, that sounds really bad. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, right. Our daughter wanted to go on a trip to one of those countries, which I denied, but she let go anyway. Something like that. Hmm. Hmm. Full year later? Ah. Another professor went missing. Oh no. Is the fascist regime taking all the... Oh no. Hmm. And now we're own public ownership? So now the government's telling the broadcast station how to report. Interesting. Yeah, I can afford coffee though. Hell yeah, gamer. The cohesion cadets. Ugh. Oh no, Charlie wants to be a cop. Community cohesion managers. Fuck. A liaison between people, CCOs, and the Betterment. What's the Betterment department, you piece of shit? I think Charlie is our wife's brother. I guess our brother-in-law, if I remember right. Yeah, you're a fucking narc agency. It's about helping the community. Great. Great. Night of Fire. Farmlander in flames. Terrorism. Number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted. Uh-huh. Specific prisons and re-education facilities were raided. "17 CCOs and 4 admin staff lost their lives." Huh. Yeah, it's gonna be fine, man. Clearly. You're not the arm of a fascist regime. It's fine. Alright, so this is like years. Multiple years now after the last broadcast. And the government has just gotten worse since then. Huh.
Can you hear me? Alex? Are you receiving? Calling. Come in, Alex.
Oh.
This is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking you when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's all right.
Episode of Just the Job, followed at 10 p.m. by a chance to see the very last
Okay.
of Just the Job.
So what?
How's
he doing?
Dr.
How should I know?
What, you haven't heard from him?
He's a wanted criminal, Colin.
So's my nan, but she never missed her birthday.
He's on the run, Colin.
Yeah. Armed robbery, resisting arrest, double homicide on the same bloke.
Oh yeah. Never misses a holiday though.
I hope he's alright though. No, he's got this far and your brother was fine.
We're going in 10 seconds, everybody.
Wonder what they're doing. Annoying him, probably. Not probably, definitely.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top stories tonight. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. Nothing has been heard from the missing journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance. All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed.
Chances we see him 1000%. One can hope.
Of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets, and mandatory grovelling zones.
Mandatory?
Advance have been quick to respond, saying if they would rather quit their cushy jobs to become nurses or teachers, they'll earn significantly more than they used to pay their own workforce. Thus far, no one has taken up the challenge. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today as popular resistance movement Disrupt.
I wonder what happened if I stayed more neutral.
Across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. And climaxes tonight for 3 stories we've been following. An iron's fist in a velvet glove. Disaster at the High Court today as Rymington's Fist loses their court battle against local residents. Regular viewers will remember that after a cocktail of dangerous explosives was used to accelerate the MOVES project last year, 3 nature reserves, an ancient burial ground, and the entire town of Calamity fell into the resultant hole. CEO Sophia
The hole's
Rymington,
pretty bad,
seen
yeah.
here leaving the High Court after the judge's damning verdict.
Maybe a
is
former
expected
news
to
person with a
resign
gun could do
before
something
the
about
end of the day.
CEOs. I
guess
mean,
you could
maybe.
say a boss
You know,
lady goes
not saying
boom.
anybody would
A disappointing
go to
day,
Manhattan,
explosive time,
uh,
the youngest female CEO
and, you
in
know,
history.
deal with the CEO,
The
but
miracle
if they
of
did, they clearly were
wonderful
with me
news
between
from
the hours of
imprisoned
6 a.m. and
intellectuals of Dante's Taint, as
6
they
p.m.
announced
that
the
day,
world's
helping,
first
you know,
subterranean
feed the
babies
poor
born
in a soup
yesterday.
kitchen. So.
Proud parents Wong and Sforsborg and Horgensford were all smiles as they showed off little Dante. Although authorities admit there is now no way
They've been
to
stuck
get
in the
him
devil's
home,
taint
the
for
team say
years
they're
now.
happy with their new underground residence. They said, "There's always room for a little one in the taint." Man on. Footballer Johnny Handsleeves and his new wife Tiffany Lamore proudly announced today that their little team was 1-0 up at full time, which apparently means that they're having a baby. Once beset by tabloid controversy, Johnny seems to be settling well into family life, calling this latest news the ultimate golden goal. If a golden goal also peed on you.
I'm sorry, what?
All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parks for the notice board, as well as
Where?
a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Territories. Today is the day we take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard. I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick?
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick, we're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what?
In the what?
Oh.
Seems like we've lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will...
Now that is a good script.
Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs, and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, OK, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon,
Uh.
and we are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly.
Oh, fuck.
For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows in
I'm glad he's dead.
Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late-night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me.
I think it's good that he
once told
died.
me he
Yeah.
had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these United Territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months
Hello,
leading up
Zach.
to
Welcome,
Liberation
welcome.
Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago.
This is great.
Moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself, and I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and from behind me I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was.
Is this game worth buying? I think the narrative in this game is really, really good.
Sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious nation of ours, so beautiful and new, this shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex.
equality and
There'll be another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
his accomplishments, the future he forged, the boundaries he pushed. To me, he'll always be the man in his pants cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Shall we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8.
Oh no. Oh no.
Now, Alex, control the message.
Is this good?
I'm not leaving, I can't.
Oi!
You two, come with me.
Seems... Oh no.
We're gonna help you. We need a medic here. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Just...
What are you doing?
Not resisting! You saw! Not resisting!
Oh, I missed the fuck.
Turn the camera off.
I missed the fuck.
You have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off.
Okay.
Look at me.
Got the F word that time.
Stay with
Oh
me.
my
Help-
god.
Help me. Stay with me. We've got you. I've got you.
Medics are coming.
Stay with me.
John, here you are from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider
Oh
this
my
a
god.
payback. Salisbury's still here. Salisbury's still here. Julius Salisbury! You were guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people.
Oh my god.
Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you.
Fucking
This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it?
Oh my god. There, content warning. Oh my god.
Now, Centre Growth Authorization was granted. Now.
Will you do it? Come on!
Oh my god.
Shut that off. I said turn it off.
Shocking scenes from the capital there, exclusively on the National Nightly News, and our
Well.
apologies to any of our viewers who might have found this evening's events upsetting. But at the National Nightly News, we believe in bringing you the raw, unedited truth as it happens, and we make no apology for that. We'll update you on the latest from this disrupt attack later in the programme, but when we come back,
Something's
it's
happening in
time
the
to
street
happen
over there, I'm
scenes.
noticing.
You know what that means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Hey, what's happening out there?
That didn't go so well, Alex. But we can turn it around in the next segment.
Exclusive into exclusive with this truly limited collection.
What do you do in this game? It's an FMV game where you pick
It isn't afraid to discriminate.
cameras to play during a broadcast. You make sure the broadcast doesn't go off, and you censor words.
And you too could join the privileged few.
Well, things are going pretty well for us.
It also has a very deep narrative
So we thought what better way to celebrate
that changes based on the decisions you make.
unnecessary collections and companion magazines.
Join today and you could receive a private education, an unbearable sense of entitlement, and your
Ooh.
middle initials. And if you call now, you'll also get this.
I love privilege.
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist, and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds. Our operatives will do the rest.
Interesting.
Boy, you really can't afford to wait, even though you really can afford to wait. The joy of privilege.
Ooh.
Probably not for you.
Pleasure Corps is no longer a corporation, but a large series of small legal entities which all live below the assets and wealth threshold.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me,
Welcome
Megan
back to
Wolf.
the National Nightly
Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the notice board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radin. Tell me, why do you think the public love the notice board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people.
It's probably closest to MTV's Make My Video.
Are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really
But
interesting point.
with a lot of questions about government and
got out the limo. I was saying
media
it's good for
and
people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely.
Right.
Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the notice board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent, my look.
that.
We really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard our man's on camera 4.
I have a real sense of responsibility.
Get back to the interview, Alex.
Sense I've been entrusted with something precious and that I should use that platform for good.
Yeah, I think that's really important, that we should use this platform to do good in the world. I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many underprivileged.
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Is that better access to education or, reducing child poverty?
No, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life.
Is this, was it Julia Roberts that did this?
I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
There's a lot of combat going
I
on.
presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think actually that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
True.
I'd never thought of it that way before.
And I'm doing everything I can to
More
make
children
sure
need celebrity parents.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough for me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the notice board.
I love dangly parts.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do.
Oh, if only we all drank like the ex-prime minister, or whatever he was.
Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course.
Boo.
Keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody...
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Oh!
Yes!
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to move it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Man, I love these police officers saving society.
It looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable
You did it, Alex. We're good to go.
to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town?
Is this good?
Hi-ya!
Oh!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
Is that Crazy Neil? What do you mean? Pretty sure that's not Crazy Neil. I would know Crazy Neil. That's a fireman.
No
Jeff Algebra.
Catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
God!
My
Some
God.
people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature, but really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never
Just
fear,
like
officer.
ferrets.
We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village.
Not the
mate.
pissy nuisance.
My name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
Okay. Is this good?
It's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
Wow, I love theater.
Everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team, setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Ooh.
Judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donut.
Don't suck my jam!
Ferret has struck again!
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have
Oh no!
idea how to solve
Although
this
I'm very
I
competent.
guess we'll just have to cancel the fate.
God, I love this.
Right there, ferret.
Me?
What?
Are you drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
What the?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
Not 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yeah, strong female protagonist. That's what we
noticed
want.
that the vicar's tongue
And she's a cop.
dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or
Wow.
perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Who doesn't have room
Almost
for
as if
jam?
he had his fill.
Precisely.
My
Did you
God.
manage to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
Oh my God, a giant holy Bible.
Nothing.
No!
Officer.
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on, let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you,
So
we're
true.
all doing well.
Oh, I love government messages.
That was it, the final ever episode of
Wow.
the Notice Board. And
I
what
love
a way to
propaganda.
end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy.
Especially
After
when
the
it's
break,
community
we'll be
theater
both
propaganda.
dancing and learning. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow. What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place.
What advert is this, Alex? I don't remember passing it for broadcast. I think you made a mistake there.
I'm an
No.
economist and commentator. You've probably seen me on the news talking about Advance and how progressive their policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry.
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. You'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing. It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
Typo.
I always envied my friends who had so much more. Over the years, my jealousy grew. So when Advance
Wait, you're telling me
came to power,
fascism
I
can
didn't
come
think
from
about the damage
jealousy?
they would do.
And a love of power? No, what?
I acted selfishly.
What?
I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table.
Yeah, we could do both.
Under Advance, the country is poorer.
My grade is E,
Poorer in
that's
ambition.
true.
It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by
I had to
advance's naive
purposefully
policies.
take damage to
Policies
show a
born
part of the
from
broadcast, so that's probably why.
absurd, redistributive
For this side
fantasies.
mission.
I have whored myself out to the media to defend the indefensible.
This is
I
my
have betrayed
shade.
my parents. I see that now. Mum, Dad,
You can run back to
I'm
Jenny now.
sorry.
Oh.
Our only hope,
Sorry about that, Sarah.
the only hope,
Like at all. They said no one's
now
died.
lies
10
with
seconds.
Disrupt.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast
Ooh,
in
more
a moment,
musicals.
But first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
The Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something.
That's right, there's a rhythm section to the musicals, by the way.
We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs.
Just like in real life, yeah.
Charitable deeds, but the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wan, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, oh, John. We're having a baby.
Oh no!
Can this be? Oh, woe is me.
Oh,
Yes,
woe
this
is
happened
me.
to me. I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our tiny flat. We built a peaceful habitat. Now our
This
lives
is
are fucked with
sending me.
baby.
This is sending me.
Can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're gonna
God, this is horrific.
sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only poo they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a
True.
sick day at home,
Well, unless they adopt, which is also cool.
how he's grown. We're our top priority. I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life.
The only way this could be better is if they also had a cat.
And no one walls, no one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife, we got a childless life.
This is so good.
Having a baby.
Am I supposed to censor something? Was there something red there I missed?
Changing now
I'm having such a good time watching this, I'm not even paying attention to the censorship.
No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid
This is oddly enough very distracting.
is more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays
us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the capital.
Dawn of Revolution hinging on if someone can win the best of 3 censoring a musical may not be the best method. It's true. I feel like I missed some censorship during that because I was just very, very distracted by the very good musical.
Oh, really? Are you fans of the show? Yeah, it used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
with matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you.
Well, there were parts I was supposed to censor.
Next, let's go to
I saw one red come up that I censored,
Hi,
but...
I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boreham Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Satley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? with your names beginning with a J.
Yeah, they all started with J, yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
Wow!
We never noticed that.
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times, maybe?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. You know, in real life as well as in the show.
Well,
Did I miss another?
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
Oh, good for her.
John, you lucky bean.
Oh, good for them.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing.
True. No singing.
Isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
About children.
Censor the orange. Okay, here we go.
And why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible...
Deal with it.
Terrible problem.
Having children.
Well, you understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
Wow, this isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
We're very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one, because...
You're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got your back.
So could
Hell yeah, brother.
tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
I'm dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I
probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you.
I think I screwed up
For too
most of
long,
those.
We've been told that
I held it for a
a
little too
life
long
without
in some
children
segments.
is somehow incomplete, that children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The Nova is there. And it looked like a say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This
Okay.
is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Some conversation
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation... Now, are we safe?
Yes, the security services performed their duties without hesitation. And I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just before disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Oh, of course.
That good?
There's the speak there, on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh, no.
But before we go, tonight's National Nightly News.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece, Channel 1.
Wait, what? But that's me!
Out from the shadows, and they are not the
Wait,
overwhelming force they were to leave. The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there. So stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this program
It's fine.
that turbulence will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building the new future with equality, fairness, and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's meet tomorrow.
Is that good?
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Vice Chair, 11 o'clock.
Is this good?
Charges reached, sir. Permission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out of your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen.
Is this what I wanted? Yeah, I did it! Yeah, woo! Oh.
Proceeding down.
Oh. Great. I did really poor on that. Also, it moved again after I looked away is what happened. Fine, I guess. Anyway, E's get C's. That's the important thing. Oh, the channel doesn't like us anymore. Uh-oh. Is it because we took down the broadcast tower? No, couldn't be.
Hi, it's Crazy Neil, and I've got a special going out of business, closed for business deal. I was eating out the other day. I say eating out, I was down an alley in a dumpster, but that doesn't matter. I found forks. They've already been used once. I've licked them clean. You can get knives too. Buy a fork, get a knife. Get a knife, buy a fork. Forks, knives. We don't have
Crazy
food.
Neil has so many good
It's
deals.
Crazy Neil with another steal of a deal. We got sticks. We got sticks that do tricks.
Oh man, that's a good stick.
This is my
I mean, it's not
young
like a great
Felicia.
stick, like you can't go hiking
Small,
with it.
Agile. She can get through a dog flap, cat flap, rabbit flap, rat trap, mouse trap. All you gotta do is feed her once a day. She'll eat anything. Scrap,
Oh, yeah, you
food
can
off your plate,
definitely
turn
get
out
a
the bin,
sport.
Dog food. This
Crazy Neil's
is
got it
a
covered.
steal of a deal to have a family member stealing for you. Buy Crazy Neil. We got sticks. Buy our sticks. Buy our motherfucking sticks. We've got empty toilet rolls. Some are crushed, some are squashed, some are ripped up, some aren't even cardboard. Some of them are just grit in a bag. We'll beat you with the fucking sticks if you come down with no money. I've got a broken mind. I've got a broken car.
Oh, Crazy Neil's on hard times.
Got no air in it. Oh God, I'm broken. Buy sticks. Recently, we had a deer wander into the parking lot and take one of our empty cartons away.
No.
We're giving deals to animals. Come on down. It's Crazy Neil with a begging appeal because there's been no deal for Neil. And have a crazy time at Crazy Neil's going out of business deal of a deal. Sticks, you hear?
Wow, they got sticks.
I'm Brad.
And I'm Janet, and we are the last remaining members of the team here.
Oh, Crazy Neil's doing fine. He's great.
About the Remington's Fist Territory 1 flash sale.
That's right, Brad. For just 24 hours, all the products in our last satisfaction center are on sale.
Territory 1, I think, was one of the places that was doing
Look at all
very
this
bad.
stuff. Such low prices. Like this. Box of packing peanuts.
Or this bottle of Brad's urine.
Ooh, what a deal.
Or our deceased colleague's gold teeth.
I can't believe it's all on sale.
Yes, indeed. This place is closing down and everything's gotta go.
No, it's not closing down.
Relocating.
Oh, is that good?
That's right, Brad. Remington's Fist will be back to a territory near you very soon.
Bigger, stronger, and more powerful than ever.
That sounds like demolition. Ah!
Bulldozers.
Is that good?
The Remington's Fist Territory 1 flash sale is now on. Get involved while you still can.
Oh. Right. Well. I think we missed this one too. Yeah. What new product do they have?
Introducing
I
the
can't wait
new
to see it.
luxurious La Douleur range, only from Eye of the Beholder. Eye of the Beholder. Deep glossy shine for a top coat that can't be chipped and can't be matched. Yes, we're still going. No more touch-ups or pit stops. Just intense color that lasts and lasts.
Yeah. Oh, now that's some nail polish.
Only La Douleur gives you high impact color with new shade lock technology that locks in color for not 1, not 2, but 24
Ooh, that's a lot of years.
Nothing is eternal. The revolutionary formula that dries in moments.
The clock is ticking.
So true.
For color that works.
For color
long after you've
that
stopped.
works.
Death comes for us all.
That's so
The
true.
new ladder low range only from Eye of the Beholder. Because life is worthless. Death is inevitable.
True. Oh, was it supposed to pause? Oh, well, great. 24 years? You don't wish for it to be on that long. Well, you're not up to date with fashion trends. I don't. Looks great to me. Well, anyway, I think there's 2 broadcasts left in this game, but we have been going for a while, so I think I'm gonna set up one more stream to finish this game off and see what the story ends with. Because this has been very interesting. This game is very cool narrative. Very good narrative. And also shocking and weird and cool and interesting and just everything. And also, if you want to catch anything that you missed during episodes because you were editing, you can actually go back and watch them, which is cool. You can even watch the broadcast that you made to see what that editing did to the audio and the video and everything. It's pretty cool. There's a ton of detail in this game. But yeah, let's call it there.